You just have the low eyes look.
Yeah, you just got the little eyes look. I agree.
It's called being a stoner, bro.
Is that what
But
it
I'm
is?
not a stoner. I only smoke alone.
All right.
He looks like Shaggy and fucking
Hey, you do look like Shaggy.
I
That's,
thought
that's a
that
good
a
call. He
million
does look like
times.
Shaggy and
Shaggy
Fred
and
mixed
Fred.
together,
Yes.
to be honest.
All right, well, welcome fresh off the dome. I got some friends with me today. We could go through one at a time and introduce yourselves and let you know what your Instagram is so people can know who I'm talking to and be able to look at you.
All right, I'll go ahead and start off. I'm Isaiah. Y'all go ahead and follow me. Zay.Hefner. ZAII.Hefner. Yeah.
What it do? I'm Clayboy. You can follow me on Instagram, clayboy.party with I's instead of Y's.
What's good? It's your boy Will. What do you call it? It's WilliamHughes.Squilliam on IG.
Okay.
Boy Squill.
It's Boy Squill. Cool. Well, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming out. I know y'all through Alyssa, and she told me a little about yourselves. So
Shout out Alyssa.
Shout out our girl Alyssa. She
Shout out
she brought
Shane.
you out. So yeah, we just want to talk. It's funny because I've never done with a group of young people such as yourselves. It's always people my age, so it's weird. How old are each of y'all, by the way? So I know one of you's not even 21. You're 20, right?
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
20.
Sad life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel old.
Hey, I turned 21 in April. So.
That's great, man.
God.
And you're
I'm 24.
24,
I'm the oldest. I'm 25.
25. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit close to your age.
Having people y'all's age makes me I have so many questions about the younger generation. Like, oh my
Let's
god,
hear it.
it's like weird. It's like hanging out with kids I never get to hang out with. Do you have questions for old people? I feel like I'm old, so y'all like. Do you have a question for an older generation? You know.
How does your body feel, man?
Oh man. First of all, rude. I went to the gym earlier. I feel good. I saw this thing the other day. Is like I'm sure what's crazy is that I'm sure y'all all grew up with cell phones. I got my first flip phone when I was a sophomore in high school. I got the Razor. You could text, but it was like they used to charge by the text message. So if you sent 100 text messages, it was like 10 cents per text message. So you sent like 100 text messages, it was like whatever that is, $10. And yeah, that was back in the day. So I was like, y'all all had phones since y'all were kids, right?
That's crazy.
Wait.
I was gonna sit here and say, then we must have been a spoiled ass generation because I had a flip phone in 5th grade.
I had the Razor too.
No cap.
What did you need a phone for in 5th grade? Were you making deals over here?
If I had to hit up mommy, if I wanted some
Say,
food,
Mom,
at
can I go to the park?
Yeah, go to the park before instead of hitting up my mom and be like, hey, can I go to the park instead of coming straight home?
Oh, okay.
Can I go just straight to the park instead of coming home and like showing my presents to let them know that I'm okay? I can just hit them up on the phone right off the rip and be like, all right, I'm going to the park.
When mom's at work, you got to hit her up. Can I have a popsicle?
That too.
Don't want to disturb her.
I gotcha.
Gotta have the phone out. Because my first phone was a Razor too. So I mean,
was it really? Dude, we probably had phones at the same. That's when they first started. Everyone started getting phones around that time, and so it's weird.
I'm sorry, Clay. You're not in this conversation. You were too young.
yeah.
But the funny thing is, I actually did get a flip phone in 5th grade. Just like y'all.
5th grade.
5th grade was my first phone.
I don't know.
And my
what
grandpa.
flip phone did they make in 2012?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, your parents were growing cheap on you. The iPhones were out by then for sure.
Yeah, no, they were cheap on me. My grandpa ended up getting me my first phone.
Your grandpa did?
Yeah, and it had minutes as well. So I did the same thing y'all did. Went through the same shit y'all did, so y'all can't say anything.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's just one of the main differences I had. And then like I had the iPod Shuffle and all that stuff was coming out, and it's funny because like now everything's just got music. Basically everybody's got Spotify.
Y'all didn't really have social media.
No, we didn't.
Facebook came out when? Because that was, or MySpace was really.
I'm gonna say a word to you, and I want to know if it even means anything. There's a thing called Xanga. You have
never heard of Xanga? Never.
Xanga was before. It was like the very first. Before MySpace, everyone had a Xanga, which was the same thing. It was like basically you had a page where you listed your friends, and is basically the same thing. An early version of MySpace, and then after MySpace came Facebook, and after Facebook came Instagram.
Yeah, so the first introduction to social media was like my sister talking about MySpace and how our cousin posted a video and got grounded because her parents found it on MySpace.
Did you have a Kick?
I never had a Kick.
You never had a Kick?
Actually, I did have a Kick for a little bit in Match and Chat. You know about Match and Chat.
I don't.
It was like some stupid shit on Kick. Match and chat. You can match with random ass people.
I got a question. So obviously all of y'all have Instagram, so we just said it. Do y'all know anybody that doesn't have Instagram? Because I feel like it's almost like a business card these days. Like if you want to know, even before giving anybody your number, if you meet somebody in the club or meet somebody at a bar, basically anywhere, it's like a way to check they're not a weirdo.
No, I will
give them
say,
their Instagram.
No cap.
As a server, the number one thing I will ask a group of girls is, y'all got Instagram? Not y'all got Snapchat, y'all got a number.
yeah.
It's always Instagram.
Why is that? What is the big deal? Like, why? I think it's weird that no one like picks up. No, absolutely no one picks up the phone and calls anyone. It's all through text messages. But text messages is such a shitty way to communicate because it takes forever. Like whenever I worked in the day, like I'm texting somebody right now, and like whenever like I can't be on my phone. I got work, or I'm going to the gym, or I'm driving. I don't got time to sit down and just say, I'd rather have a 5-minute conversation and give me the information you need, and then I got other shit I got to do. Mm-hmm. But that's just not the way it works anymore. So I think it's so weird to see you young kids. That's all y'all do. It's like, where do you find the time?
I don't like texting.
Where do you
fucking hate texting.
Really? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, good. Okay,
texting's
good.
terrible.
Good. It's terrible communication.
The reason why I don't like texting is because on the other side of the phone, people are not understanding what you're where you're coming from. People take it a different way. Yeah. When you're coming at it a different way, like when you say something, someone else might looking at it like, dude, you're an asshole for that, and it's just like, no, that's not how I'm coming at you. Like, no, that's not. I'm saying this in a whole different way. But like, I don't know, I can't be doing that texting stuff. That texting stuff is not me. I'd rather FaceTime or call you on the phone.
Okay, FaceTime is aggressive.
FaceTime,
I don't like it when people FaceTime. Like, I better know you. We better be best friends. FaceTime me all the time. Like, what are you doing right now?
I'll FaceTime you right off the rip. So.
Yeah, don't FaceTime me. I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna get nervous and just hang up.
Yeah, half the time I don't have a shirt on. So whenever I'm at home, it's like, it's like, what do you want? You trying to see me naked? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I definitely don't get that either. But it's just funny to know, because we talk about that. I talk this about my friends that are my age, and we were like, we don't understand. I feel like a 50-year-old man, because it's like, I don't get what these kids are thinking. It's like yelling, it's like, get off my front lawn sort of stuff. So that's hilarious to hear.
You know what else is new is I ran a poll on my Instagram story. I was like, should I get a nose piercing? All the people who were 25 and above said no. But all the people who were 25 and below said, hell yeah, really? Get that shit. And I was like, Holly, my older sister, I was like, why don't you want me to have a nose ring? And she was like, honestly, it's just your generation that likes that shit. And I was like,
Tupac.
Yeah. You just named one person. You just named one person out of like literally no one else famous had the. Yeah, you just named one person, but. Yeah, how do you feel about face tattoo? You should get a face tattoo. I think that is a good look on you, man.
Okay, excuse me, sir. I will never get a face tattoo.
You know what?
Right here.
I'm just kidding.
Debating.
No, honestly, I would never.
A temple tattoo would be pretty lit.
Get bing bong.
No.
Okay, now y'all are just out of pocket right now.
I'd get a temple tattoo.
Please don't do that.
What would you get? Like 3 stars?
Dude, I would.
3 stars?
I don't know
why.
what.
3 stars?
That's something that I'd really have to think hard about, because it would have to be really nice. But I would probably definitely get a temple tattoo.
Dude, do not do that. I think it's such a bad idea. There's so many people that I regret.
I agree.
But that depends on like what my career or like what I'm doing and stuff and everything.
What, are you gonna be a male stripper with the face tattoo?
I mean, if I was a male stripper, I would definitely get him fucking male face tattoo.
If
I was, yes.
Yeah, why does that?
Why not? Because at that point,
I'm showing off my body, and tattooing is an art.
But like, what does the tattoo do? Like, why you have
some
to be
girls
a stripper?
like
why is that a
tattoos.
stripper thing?
What do you mean?
So it comes
some
down
people like being
to the
tatted.
female.
All right, that's an interesting view. Do you have any other tattoos? Here's my thing, because whenever I ask somebody, they're like, yo, if you got a bunch of tattoos, all right, cool, you got tattoos. I go, always say, which one is the one tattoo that you regret? And everybody always has an answer. It's never like, I don't regret him. It's always like, I regret this one or I regret that one. And so if you get one on your face, it's probably not going to turn out good for you.
That would probably be the one I regret.
I mean, probably.
When
maybe.
I'm 80, and my grandchild's like, Grandpa, why doesn't that wash off in the shower?
I'll be like, because your granddaddy was a thug.
I was a thug.
See, there was this rapper, Post Malone, and he came out, and everybody loved him, and he had a face tattoo, and we all thought it was a good idea.
Did y'all see the hate on Post Malone the other day?
For what?
He went in amnesia to get like a sleeve done on his leg, his calf.
Oh, they like put him out?
They put him out, and he got the sleeve done while he was out on amnesia.
Jeez.
And so people are hating on him. They're like, damn.
That seems really aggressive. How long did that take?
I don't know.
That sounds
like unnecessary. But yeah, unnecessary.
Like if you're gonna get a tattoo, you gotta go through the process and feel the pain. It's a
amnesia. You're forgetting the whole thing at this point.
I don't think you meant amnesia, but like he's just feeling the pain.
Yeah, amnesia is where you forget stuff, right? I know what he meant. What is the word? You're looking for the word anesthesia.
Yeah,
that's the word. Okay. Amnesia is where you got amnesia. You forgot anesthesia.
Definitely have amnesia.
So no, I didn't hear about that. That's crazy. I get it though. It was the same thing I was talking about Alyssa earlier. She was telling me about a girl that got a double Brazilian butt lift. I was like, I kind of disrespect that, even if it looks good now, only because.
Wait, what's a double Brazilian butt lift?
It's just a butt lift that's double.
Where you go twice. I don't know.
So is it like twice the size?
You go get it one time and you're just like. Yeah.
I mean, like, so she just got it twice, or did she get it like twice the size? She said she doubled down.
She got it once. She goes, I need more.
So one cheek is like, and other cheek is like.
But two.
Wait. Retract for a little bit. Did I say amnesia?
Yes.
Amnesia is right.
No,
it's not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's
don't
not.
Look it up. Don't look it up.
Don't.
It's not. Go ahead and look it up. Look it up so you can be wrong.
Don't look it up.
You need it.
You are wrong.
Actually, I just read it and I'm wrong.
No. Oh yeah.
My bad.
It's all right. No one's going for you for dictionary advice. It's okay. No offense.
Offense.
So, which one of you? You said you have what do y'all do for a living? I know you're a bar back at somewhere, right?
I'm actually security, but also I build stages too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So tell me what you do, and tell me what all y'all do, because I have no idea what the rest of y'all do. You look like you're homeless, but the rest of y'all. Nah, I'm kidding. I've been wrecking on you the whole time. It's just you're cool, dude. I'll just make it.
You go first, say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, like he's saying, I do security for McIntyre's downtown. Come check us out. I'm also down here in Houston. I also build stages for different festivals and events. The last ones I just built was Astroworld. I've been to Lost Lands and other places like that doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Of course.
Yeah. So I am a server at Raw Sushi in Highland Village.
That's cool.
But. Yeah.
All right.
So big.
What do you do, my man?
So big. What do you call it? All right. I work security at 9 p.m. Presents. What do you call it? I also promote shows, and I also work as a lab tech at Geotechnical Tallaway Wong's in Corps.
I don't know what that last one was. What is that?
It's a geotechnical engineering company.
Man,
so
yeah, I know, right? Like, all right, I know what those words mean.
I am not about to go into that.
Honestly, I've known Will. I've known Will for a very long time, or not very long, but a long time, and I've always tried to like understand what the fuck he's doing, with Tony Wong especially. And he never gives me a straight up answer. He's like, it's engineering, geoengineering.
It's just, it's a whole.
How'd you get that job?
Okay, I got it from really basically my whole entire job is based off family, so it's just like literally everyone's related to each other.
Oh,
basically.
Okay.
So everyone that's working there is related to a family member, but I got that job from my older brother.
Okay.
But I work as a lab tech. Basically, what I do is I work with soil, and basically before a building gets built, the soil comes to us, and we do lab work on it to make sure that the soil is actually okay to be built on.
I've been seeing the snaps.
That's okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting because I looked at it more like, okay, so there's really fucking steps to this bullshit.
Yeah,
all right, so before a building can be built, you have to go through this process. Because if you build a building, that motherfucker can just be like shaking and moving and shit. So it's just.
You thought they just went out and just like, yeah, this is a good place for. Who
fucking knows, man? I don't know. Why not? I would.
Because that's how buildings fall down.
Honestly, yeah, I'll just pick a random spot and be like,
that's how it was for a long time. People were just building wherever the hell they wanted to build.
I don't think that's how it worked for a long time.
I mean, come on, bro. Back in the day, were they really people?
Yeah, before technology.
Yeah.
No, they had like surveyors for like years though. So.
Okay.
So
somebody did it.
So what was the deal with that building that collapsed in Miami? You think it was just poor construction, or you think the base went down, or what?
Wasn't it a hotel or an apartment complex?
It was an apartment complex. Yeah, for sure.
That's worse.
That's way.
Yeah, that is worse.
You just shrugged it off like, nah.
Where do you guys get most of your news from? Just curious. y'all even watch the news? Y'all even care?
Young questions.
I listen to the news. And
I don't know.
Like in the background, it's background noise.
Yeah,
but if I want to find something out fast, go straight to Twitter.
I definitely don't watch the news.
Twitter, bro. I hate you.
Straight to Twitter.
I hate Twitter so much. Honestly, to me, it's just social media in general.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it is, basically. Or my mom's. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, before my Snapchat got deleted.
No cap.
Before my Snapchat got deleted, I was getting all my news from Snapchat.
How do you get news from Snapchat?
How do you get news from Snapchat?
There's like a discover page.
How?
That is so 2000.
What are you looking at the National Geographic fucking page? Watching whales.
You know the algorithm, they see what you like, they see what you're into.
Here,
I guess personally I was into the news and they would pull up the news every
That's
time.
news?
That's I guess that was just my source.
Is this a live podcast?
So that's what your generation is doing nowadays.
Yeah.
Huh?
No wonder. You're
I know you got a good fair share of news from Snapchat before your Snapchat got deleted as well.
I didn't go on Snapchat for news. I went on Snapchat to post memes.
Follow me on Instagram.
Right.
I didn't even know Snapchat had news on it, so that's why I was impressed. Y'all hear about the thing that happened with Biden today? Not that I'm just curious if y'all even heard. He did an end because he's been 1 year in office and he gave a speech and he basically forgot. They asked him a question. I think it was. People were saying Republicans weren't going to vote for him, I believe, if you aren't going to get the kids back in school because that's a big thing because people have to work. And they asked Biden, what do you plan to do to get kids back in school? And when they asked him, it cut to Biden, he completely lost like where he was at. Like couldn't even answer the question. Like he started off and was nowhere near the question, just started like rambling on, and it's like, oh man, this guy's really like lost. It looked bad today. Like usually he'll be able to recover, but today it looked like he had Alzheimer's.
There's a bunch of videos online of Biden just losing train of thought and getting lost in the sauce, just being there like, oh yeah,
yeah.
Wait, so y'all be liking conspiracy theories, bro?
Not conspiracy theories. It's more like he's old, bro. Like he's old. That man's old. Everyone looking at it like this guy became president. He's going to die very soon. Yeah. And what's her name's going to come up into office and just
it's all about what's her name.
Of crazy
shit. It's all about
Camellia.
Is that your conspiracy?
She's going to be doing all sorts of crazy shit.
My conspiracy is that like they have him brainwashed or something, bro. Like this whole Trump was a better president. I don't support him, but he's a better president than Biden.
Just based off of like policies or just being able to speak?
Being able to speak.
Are you talking about money wise?
Yeah,
money wise.
He's more like basically money wise. He's more like financially sound with like Americans.
Okay.
Than like Biden, who glitches. He glitches. He isn't real.
See, that is very surprising to hear you say. To be honest with you, I did not expect that to come out of your mouth. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm under the impression. I mean, I don't think Biden's going to make it 4 years, and they do think that Harris is going to take over. So it's going to be a real shit show when that happens. So I'm interested. It might have been a part of their. I mean, I can see that conspiracy happening because everyone's throwing that around. I can see that happening, and I don't think a lot of people like Harris. I can't say her first name. You know what I'm talking about, but especially for. Younger people, obviously, if that does happen, she's going to be the first woman president in American history.
That is true.
How do y'all
about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see over the next 4 years.
Out of here.
Because there's no way he's going to be able to last another few years on it.
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
Yeah. Where are you going to go?
I'm out.
Where are you going to go? That's the thing. Everyone says, like, I'm out, but it's like, where are you going to go?
Honestly, I do want to go to Japan.
Why Japan?
Honestly, I love Japan. I love the culture. I love Asian culture in general. But I do just love Japan. That's always been like my dream just to go to. That's the number one place that I've always wanted to go to and live at just for like a year.
I could really see you be
striving. And I would really, really, really try my best to really be in like tune with that culture and stuff.
Okay. I could really see you striving in the Japanese culture, like Tokyo.
Dude,
I think you meant thriving. Right?
What'd I say?
I mean, striving can work. He can strive to be Asian.
I'm a little bit. Strive to be Asian. Yeah, he can strive to be Asian. But
would you go anywhere else?
I've actually traveled a lot. My dad's a flight attendant, and I've been traveling since I was like 13 internationally.
Damn.
So I do have a bunch of places that I'd still like to go. I've been all over, like Brazil, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, France.
I really want to go to Europe.
Okay, so how was Germany and how was Australia?
Australia was great. It was one of the cleanest cities I've ever been to. It's really. I went to Sydney and then I went a little bit outside I forget the small towns. So basically, what people don't understand is like outside of Sydney, there's really not much. So, but Sydney itself was really awesome. I always tell everybody it's the most beautiful place I've ever been to. I took a ferry across the channel at sunset, and you look out because it's like a valley where the channel is, and you look out and you see all the homes light up, and it looked like a painting. I'll never forget. I looked at it as the sun was going down, and it looked like someone had painted the sky and painted the buildings. It was awesome. Absolutely beautiful.
So you're older.
And this city's really clean.
I want to ask you, do you know who the Kid Leroy is?
I do not know who the Kid Leroy is. There's so many artists coming out these days. I don't know how y'all keep up.
He's the biggest artist out of Australia, though, for sure.
Okay. I can't even keep up.
At least in America.
I'm 20. I'm in this generation.
I know both of y'all know the Kid Leroy.
No, I don't.
You heard his songs before. Like I know them, but like we don't keep up with artists anymore.
I do. What do you mean you don't keep up with the artists anymore?
We're stuck with the ones we grew up with. Like
really?
All the generation. Yeah, I rather listen to people that I know, like Kendrick and J. Cole. Like I listen to other artists, like newer coming up artists sometimes, but it's not on my frequently playlist. I'm gonna play something I'm familiar with.
Future, some Kendrick.
That's hilarious.
You feel me? Like older people. Wiz, I'm a huge fan of Wiz Khalifa, so I play a lot of him.
Yeah.
Like
See, that's where the evidence is of the age gap is because I still fuck with the new people.
Yeah, whatever, you youngin'.
Yeah. No.
I wonder if
I like the young generation music. Like, there's some youngins that I do like you know what I mean? Like, there's some good music out there. But I am stuck with the old, like the music that I've been listening to since middle school.
That you grew up with.
Like since middle school.
The music my mom showed me. I go off sorry back as that, like like early '90s music, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the same way. I you know what the real thing is like I know all the hip hop from like the 90s, and I grew up with it too. I can still sing the lyrics to a bunch of it, but I just don't enjoy listening to it like I used to. I really like. So
what do you listen to now?
I listen to a bunch of everything. It's just rap. It's back in the day. It was just so aggressive. So like you can't listen. I don't understand when you can wake up at 9 a.m. and have someone curse you out. So it's just like, and then also at night, like I'm trying to, if I'm just trying to relax, I don't want to put on DMX and listen to him yell at me.
What do you realize you listening to?
What do you listen to?
What do I listen to? All right. Well, I really listen to everything. I listen to a lot of Drake. I listen to a lot of salsa music. I'm a salsa dancer, so I like salsa music. I listen to
Latin music.
Mac Miller. I was actually all right. I'll tell you.
Happy birthday, Mac Miller.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mac Miller.
Is that really his birthday?
Yeah, today's his birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
30.
So
that's crazy.
I listen to. I don't know, obviously Kanye, but yesterday in my car, I was listening to System of a Down and Dashboard Confessions, which I used to grow up on, but I haven't listened to them in years, and randomly they just came across my mind.
Okay, new artists, have you heard of like Maxo Cream or Sauce Walker?
No.
They're Houston-based rappers. Yeah, they're both Houston-based rappers.
I do like, what's his name? He's a Christian guy. He's got the hardest name in the world. He works with Dave Chappelle a lot. So help me out here. Y'all know his name?
No idea.
Man, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, he works with Dave Chappelle a lot. He's like
Khalid.
I can't. I'm gonna remember his name later. It's gonna piss me off. I can't remember. I thought for sure y'all would know. He's a Houston, right? He's from Houston. That's why.
Okay,
he's from Houston, and he grew up.
You said he was a Christian rapper.
Is he like an older rapper? Or?
No. He's real young. He just started blowing up. He was getting big before the pandemic, like real big before the pandemic hit.
Christian rapper?
Yeah. He started.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He started going. Tobe. Yes.
Tobe
Mac.
No, Tobe Nwigwe. No,
this guy here. Give me that.
And so have you never heard of that guy? He's from Houston. He's got dope stuff, and he started getting big right before the pandemic, and it's sad that like right after the pandemic, he kind of stunted his. I know two artists that were like that. Jessie Reyes, which I love too. She was starting to blow up. I'm a big fan of Jessie Reyes. Y'all know who Jessie Reyes is.
But I have heard of Tobe. Yeah, he is real good.
Tobe, I love his stuff.
I heard the one he did with his wife or something.
His wife was on a lot of his music.
Blew up on Facebook. Twitter is all over the place. Yeah, really good song.
Y'all aren't true Houston fans.
I got the wrong person.
Damn, don't do that. Don't do that.
There's so many. There's like I said, there's just so many artists out there. You can't keep track of all of them. So it's just like
you don't know Maxo Cream.
Damn.
Who's that?
That hurt.
Maxo Cream went to school The school next over from mine.
So I'm from Missouri City, like Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, Southwest Houston. all that.
Most City.
He's from A-Leaf, so like big influence. He grew up. I think he's around your age.
Okay.
Like he grew up making rap from like my age to people, and it drew down. It's a huge hit. What's the song? I just left
Sammy,
Houston.
Dexter, Maxo. We don't.
I just left Houston. I just left Earth. What song is that? Fetty on Fetty. So like
Fetty on Fetty by
really
Playboy
make him that in his remix.
Playboy Cardi and Maxo Cream.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi, Maxo Cream, and that in the remix to Rigor Mortis blew him up. So like somebody that we grew up with is really my generation. So you might have just missed them. Like,
but let's talk about Travis Scott. My sister.
You want to get to it?
Yeah, my sister was actually in his drama class at Elkins. She graduated 2012. He graduated 2010.
Travis Scott was in drama class?
Yes.
Was he like really into it?
He was.
That's
and
crazy.
My sister was in his class and said that he was the kid in the back every time with his laptop, headphones on.
No way.
And his computer the whole time.
Yeah, my brother went to Elkins with him too.
Okay.
They say he wasn't the most popular. I don't know for sure. That's what my brother tells me.
They say he was or wasn't?
He definitely wasn't the most popular in high school because he was on his grind. He realized his.
I mean, he also started off in the EDM scene.
I did not know that.
Did he really?
Yeah. He started like EDM style.
Did any of y'all see him before he got big? Did any of y'all see him? Like I obviously never heard of him
personally.
Like that's why I said like my brother went to school with him, so like we heard like his things, but like it was never something that we was into.
See, my sister, he gave my sister a mixtape.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Does your sister still have it?
No.
Oh, that is the saddest.
Doesn't.
That could definitely be worth some money.
She thought he was she had no idea who the fuck this kid was.
That's how music
He was in the
works,
back of the class with headphones on his computer the whole time. She had no idea.
That's crazy.
You haven't seen this video or nothing?
Were they friends? Your sister and Travis Scott?
They weren't friends. They weren't
friends?
cool like that.
Okay, that's
but
cool.
she remembers him because obviously who would remember if
friend.
Travis Scott's in her class?
Okay, that's crazy. I would have wondered what he's like.
I know. I've met his little brother.
You met his little brother?
Mm-hmm.
When?
In high school, like senior year.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Year.
He was in your class.
So like 2 years, 3 years ago.
I got you.
Senior year of high school, I met him. We went to the party.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think of him now? It seems like I saw this thing on Reddit the other day. They said, if you Google Travis Scott, nothing really comes up about Astroworld. So it's almost like he had his team like kind of scrub the internet, so he doesn't get the bad publicity.
Well, I fuck with Travis. Like, I mean, he comes from Houston. 2, like, I mean, I do fuck with his music, and 3, like, he is a good dude. All right, but at the end of the day, like, when it comes down to Astroworlds, I just look at it like it was a stupid move. It wasn't a smart move on his side of the end, like on the end of his. I mean,
but you gotta look past it just being Travis. Like there's promoters and people behind.
Okay, I understand that, but like
he's the only one. So the thing is, I'm from Missouri City, so I got to ride with him no matter what. From the same way, like we got.
I understand that. But where I'm coming from is in my point of view, I look at it as in like, okay, you can't instigate your fans even more to sneak into this into this event, knowing that the capacity is only like 50,000, and you're over capacity to up like to 150,000 to 200,000, and there's people that are at least 10 years old and under.
Right.
In this
but
event.
at the point
and like at that point of time, like, you know what I mean, that does play a big part on you, because you did instigate people and you made it seem like, okay, it's okay. And yes, I understand everyone does have their own rights, their own minds to do things out here, but like, bro.
But at the same time, at the point of them sneaking in, the concert already started. He has no control over what happens once the concert starts.
But all
he doing is getting ready to perform. Once his performance starts, there's a lot of controversy and things like that. Yes, but as far as people rushing the gates and this, yes, he told them to rush the gate, but he didn't specifically tell people underage to rush the gate.
I understand underage, but like it was he made it all of age. It was literally he didn't put no age limit on the thing. It was literally all of age. Anyone could buy a ticket.
That was the first mistake. Before it even happened, it was all ages.
Yeah.
Kids died. Kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying here and saying, like, listen, Like I said, I don't have a problem with Travis. I would have been happy to go to the concert because I could have sat there and helped build the stage and built the whole festival with you and Zach and everything. I could have done that. But I didn't do that. And I mean, I'm mad I didn't do that. But at the end of the day, when it came down to the whole situation, I looked at it like that was not a smart move on his end. If he right. if he would have done the opposite and would have sat there and been like, I would please and like hope that no one would actually sit here and do the same thing what they did last Astroworld and barge the gates and break in and cause somewhat of a riot again. You know what I mean? Okay. If he would have sat there and went on social media, but he has an image like he already has like an image that he carries himself as
a rager,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, he started off in the EDM scene. Like he started off the rage
slope, dog.
Pits. Like that's exactly where he came from. So like his whole persona is to rage on. No one's gonna if y'all are real fans, y'all gonna figure out a way to get in. Y'all can figure out a way to do that. Of course, when he said that, he didn't anticipate people jumping the gate, people getting trampled by other people, by gates, by horses and things like that. He couldn't anticipate these things because he can't tell the future.
Well, that's true.
That man threw a concert. He threw a concert 3 years in a row. All 3 of those years have had crazy numbers.
That's what I was
help Houston positively. This year people have died, and like we condone the losses, and like he isn't completely innocent in that happening, but at the same time he isn't completely at fault. There's other people behind it.
And I don't look at him as
there's other goals. NRG security by itself wasn't even that good.
And I can agree with that. And I can agree.
I was there. Totally, like I was backstage. Yeah, I built the stages. That. I built the second stage for it. I
want to stop you. I want to talk about that in a minute. But so I got what your opinion is. Like it's good to hear y'all talk about it. Like let me tell you from my only reason I want to share. I get y'all's opinion. I want to share my opinion. I got a little more. Like I said, I got a little more years on y'all. My opinion about it is. I think it's all Travis Scott's fault? No, I do not. I think, like you said, I think it's the promoter's fault. I think it's security's fault. I think it's the city of Houston's fault. I think it's NRG's fault. But also, at the same time, there's one person who's in charge of the whole, whose Astroworld was made by, which is Travis Scott. So at the end of the day, if you're the CEO of a company and your company starts killing people, it doesn't matter what company it is. You're the guy that's gonna
it's gonna
come to you. Now I'm gonna give Travis Scott a little leeway because he's young, and I get kids make dumb decisions all the time, but at the end of the day. 10 people, however many people did die, and some of them were kids. And I'm not saying it's completely. I don't think Travis Scott is a bad guy. I think he did a stupid thing, and I think he got a bunch of bad advice. And I'm more disappointed in the adults at the event than I am him, because like I said, I think if he would have known the severity of the situation. If someone would have told him like, hey, if someone would have told him like we need to stop the concert now, I would hope if someone would have done that he would have done it. So I'm sure it will come out in court and stuff, or what actually happened and what the deal was. But the one thing I am gonna fault Travis Scott as is afterwards. I just feel like there was maybe as whoever was giving advice, like. People died, and I know they made a video and they're trying to, as a man, you gotta. If he came out and said, "Look, guys, I take full responsibility. This is my concert." I'm sure he couldn't because of court, but at the end of the day, like I said, the buck starts with you, and I'm more disappointed about what he came out with afterwards and how it's happening afterwards than I am. I can at least understand. If not anything, I get it. He's young. He's dumb. He's known for raging. I get all that. I'm just as upset about the people that let it happen when the concert was going on as I am at what his response was afterwards, right? Because at the end of the day, I saw an interview with the mom who was crying. She was like, I let my 14-year-old daughter go. I never let her do anything. She really wanted this concert, and she was one of the girls that ended up dying. So it was like, think about it. If that happened to your kid, how would you feel? I don't know if I would like Travis Scott, and and I don't know how I feel about it. So I understand if people don't like him, but I don't feel like it's his fault. But yeah, that's my opinion of it. I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy, but I think we all could have done better on that day and afterwards.
We can all agree that it was a tragedy.
Yeah, it definitely was a tragedy.
It was.
So that being said, yeah, So tell me what you did there. Let's walk through the day, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. I love our opinions. So yeah, tell me what your deal was, and let's just walk through the day of what happened there.
I mean, like I said, I was the one that built the actual stages. I built the second stage off to the side. The day of, I was backstage, like not necessarily backstage, but we were off to the side in the pit during the entire performance. As there's videos floating around, like he did stop it at one point to ask for ambulance come help these guys. But at the same time, on stage in front of billions of lights and billions of people, it's hard to see. Right. Like even from where I was viewing from.
Let me stop you here. All right, so let's go back. So the beginning of the day, you work as a stagehand.
Yeah. So you've done I was LED tech, but yeah.
So you've done other events before, and this just happened to be one of the events you've been working. Yeah. All right. So the beginning of the day, you're set up the stage. Did you hear anything about people were rushing the gates? Did you hear anything about that? Like, did you okay, when you heard about that, did you hear security say like, we're going to hear, this is the plan or anything? Or like, what was the vibe when you said, when someone came to you and said, hey, there's people rushing the fence, there's more people than we had for capacity. Were you worried about your safety? What was their plan to be in place?
So there's actually multiple points. When I first arrived in the morning, it was like people were rushing the initial merchandise stand. So they closed down the stand, they moved everything to the other merchandise stand farther in the back. Then we heard that they was rushing the gates and the cops. So you can see cops on horses, policemen all over the place to stop them and prevent them, as well as security moving that way to stop them. And the third experience we was backstage and they started pushing down the gate, so we had to like physically hold the gates up. Just because everybody's rushing towards the front.
How many people?
And that was at the second stage. That was really necessarily during Travis' performance.
How many people would you say were on the other, when you felt them pushing? How many people would you say were out there pushing against the fence?
Like to hold it up?
No. Like trying to get in.
It's literally hundreds of people. It's a huge wave of people moving forward.
When that happened, were you not scared for your own safety? Like, dude,
I mean, yeah. As far as the fence falling on us, yeah.
Exactly. So at that point, if I was you, I'd have been like, look, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen, but these people pay me whatever they're paying me. It's not enough to die for this.
I mean, necessarily, like I wasn't. I heard about the experience. I wasn't necessarily there. I was backstage, but they was pushing against the fence. I was in another part, so I wasn't. I wasn't part of. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were there.
Yeah, holding the gate.
Okay.
So I mean, but even still, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily think it's worth it.
Even if I heard that, I'd be like, look, that would have put off some signals.
Off the gate. But they did that the year before as well. So like, it's something that's like, I mean, you have to hold the gate. I mean, like, you don't want the gate to fall on you necessarily.
Right. Yeah, but the gates that they had this year was earlier, way bigger than they did.
Yeah, they put down a lot of security, and for like people to still go by. If you went around the NRG Stadium like 2-3 days, they were putting down steel fences on the road. Like they was blocking off part of the road to put down steel fences so nobody can jump the gate. But there's still parts you can, get over the gate. Everyone's rushing, knocking over the gate at the entrance and whatnot.
You know what I had to say?
What's that?
I snuck in the second year.
Did you?
I did.
How did you sneak in,
bro?
Yeah, I've never been. Okay, here, let me hang on, before you say that. I'm gonna say I've never been, because I was thinking about going the first year, and then I had heard the first year that it was chaos and that there was a bunch of I heard it was a bunch of younger kids. So I was like, that does not.
Yeah,
sound
it was a lot of young kids. It was a lot of, because kids growing up in Mo City, Houston.
Right.
This dude literally is one of our inspirations, because a Mo City motherfucker got a Kylie Jenner pregnant. We can do anything.
Okay. All right, that's a weird goal to have. I got you. That's a really weird.
Break your wrist for the mom.
Chill.
All right.
So this is just one of our inspirations.
Okay, that's a weird. Yeah, all right. I hope it works out for you one day. No, I got if you want to be like a famous rapper or something. But get my goal is not to get a famous rapper or a famous person.
But if you be a famous rapper, you got to get the face tattoo.
Yeah, you got.
But a Mo City motherfucker got a Jenner pregnant.
I would get the face tattoo.
Wait, have you been to the Astroworld concert? Or no, you haven't been.
No, see, actually, look, listen.
So I went to all 3 years and like.
Okay, see, I
had fun all 3 years.
And I believe it. No, see, listen. Okay, see, the first one I could have went to, but I chose not to. All right, the second one just didn't really care for. Decided to say sorry. Okay, all right. Third time, all right, definitely had all the option to, but the reason why I didn't go to is because when I pulled up over there and while they were working, I pulled up over there to give them their equipment. And stuff and everything, and I'm driving throughout the roads and stuff, and I'm just seeing all these kids
Yeah.
That are like at least in middle school.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
like
okay,
middle school, I can tell these kids are in middle school, and I'm driving. I'm at the red light. I'm looking at these kids, and I'm looking at them, and while I'm smoking my blunt or joint, like, and I'm just sitting there looking at them, like, y'all trying to get in Astroworld? They're like, yeah, we waiting, and I'm just looking at them, and I just keep seeing more waves of kids coming and coming and coming. I'm just like, this is not it.
Okay, but
and
like,
I'm like,
that
this is
being
not
said,
it. And I was like, I personally just had a feeling where I was just like, you know what? I was like, I know I can go, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go because I just have a feeling like this is not going to be the vibe, dog.
Wow.
And little to come, I'm getting all these notifications on social media about Travis and Astroworld, people dying, all this crap going on, and I'm blowing up their phones, and a bunch of other homies that were working the whole entire event and hitting them up, making sure they're okay, because we do have a couple friends that were holding those fences. We do. We have Carly, we have Seabass. They were all holding those fences and everything, keeping all those people trying to barge those big ass fences and stuff and everything.
Yeah, he right. Our friends were hurting the fence. That's why I heard it
let
from.
me explain.
But at the same time, I was talking about how young they are. I was first when I first got there. I went to the other merchandise to get my hoodie. I have an Astro hoodie and whatnot. But and like the surrounding area was with me. Not a single person was the age of 18 except for one. But they at the same time they all said they snuck in. They all yes, kids, because I mean he has a huge influence on kids. Like they didn't buy tickets, they just figured out a way to get in there.
Wow.
So like,
all right, so tell me how you snuck in the second year. Yeah, so tell me the story about how you snuck in the second year.
So the NRG like field that they had it on, it was like a rectangle, square, whatever. And so GA was at one corner and then VIP was at the other corner, and they were like, VIP, come this way, at the GA entrance. So I was like, me and my friend Eli, me and my friend Gold, we were walking to the VIP, and then there's cops every about 50 yards, cops every 50 yards, and we get in between the GA and the VIP entrance, and we look at each other and we're like, this is the time. We're in between the cops that are 50 yards apart, so we're in between. We jump at the fence. And then we get over, and there's a second fence. We're like, fuck. So we start running in between the fences, and then we jump over the second fence, and then we're behind all the concession stands. The concession stands were head to toe. Literally, there was no way to get in between. There was no alleys. They were just head to toe. And so we start running behind the concession stands, and I'm like, Eli, we got to jump over one of these concession stands. And so I run, and then I just pick a random one, and I jump over the table. Like, it was the 007 move. I just jumped over that hoe. And then I get in the crowd, and then there's this dude in a yellow vest that has a phone out. He's recording me sneak in. Really recording me sneak in.
Yeah.
And I get over the shit, and I run into the crowd, and I look back. My friend Eli, he knocked over the whole table. He knocked over every single piece of merchandise on the fucking table. Knocked it all over. Gets up. He falls down, gets up, and just runs right after me. And we just go in the crowd, and I look down on my hand, and it's gushing blood. And I'm like, shit, at least I got into Astroworld.
Did any of the cops chase you? Or they even attempted? No.
He just recorded me. He did record me. That's one thing. I was scared the whole time. I was like,
did any of the other people online follow you, or is it just y'all two?
It was just us two.
That's
the thing is, we snuck it out the night before too. We were like, damn, how are we gonna get in?
Y'all camped out?
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are absolutely out of your mind. Wait, you slept there the night before?
No, we peeked it out. We went the night before, and we're like, where are we gonna sneak in? We're like, right here, because it was all set up.
That's a really smart plan to carry out a really dumb plan.
We did it in the best way possible.
Yeah, I guess.
But we both enjoyed the second.
You cut your hand. Your friend knocked over a full concession.
I still have the scar, and I cut my hand. So like, what I did was I grabbed the chain link fence, and at the top it was like barbs.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it, but then I moved my hand like this. So I grabbed it like this, and then moved my hand like this. So I had a scar right here and right here, in the middle of my hand. Honestly, it's still there.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a memory. All right, so you helped build the stage. let's say they had performers before Travis Scott. Travis Scott was closing out that night, right?
Yeah, but he's the only one that performed on his stage.
Oh, he's the only one that performed on his stage. I heard that was one of the problems, that they moved stages from the big stage to Travis Scott only personal stage. I heard that was one of the problems because I heard it was like a U shape, and there was no way to get out on the sides.
So the way they had it the original side stage one that helped build and everything. That's what literally everyone else for that night performed. But for Travis stage, people were literally camping there from the beginning of the day. As soon as they got in, they were sitting up there. They was lining up for the front. They had a VIP section. That was a U shape they was talking about. Okay. So it was like a VIP section. Then they had the fences go out to create another section behind it.
Okay. And
everybody was pushing against that fence that was bolted down into the ground. That's where like a lot of the pressure and the trampoline came from.
Right.
Pushing against that area. But it was just it's bad. It was badly shaped. People were camping there the entire day, and people were trying to get there, especially once Drake got on. Like everyone moved. It's a wave of people coming towards the stage, try to get closer.
All right. So before Travis Scott gets on stage, let's just talk about before, like during the day. Was everything going perfectly fine? Did you notice there's already too many people in here? People are acting. Everyone's drunk. There's a lot of teen. Like, what were your thoughts throughout the day? Were you ever worried this could be an issue, or was it just this is gonna be fine?
That's what I was saying. As far as the underage people, a lot of children. As soon as I got there, got in the merch stand, I noticed there was a lot of people that were underage, and that was an initial problem because I was 24 at the time. I don't want to be around a bunch of 16, 14, 13-year-olds. You feel me?
He's barely around me.
Right.
Exactly. But on top of that, people rushed the gates and people were knocking over gates. That was during the other sets. That was during Lil Baby sets, Roddy Ricch.
During the day.
So that was all during the day before Travis even got on. This is all at the second stage. This is you can see people running across the area because second stage was built in the parking lot.
Right.
So you can see people running across the parking lot trying to sneak in and things like this. They closed down other events for it. They had the Astroworld store that they had to close down because people was rushing it.
Right.
They had this whole. They was doing podcasts and things just like this at one point, and they had to shut that down because too many people were crowding the area. So there's plenty of moments you can see.
It sounds like there's plenty.
It's an onslaught of people all day. At no point where people were not walking into the event from start to finish. At no point were people not walking in.
All right. See, when you see that during the day, I mean, my first thought would be all right, this is not a good situation that we're already putting ourselves in.
But at the same time, I build festivals. So most festivals you're going to see. I went to Lost Lands is a huge festival out of Ohio. An EDM crowd. People will know that it's going to be the same experience. For camping, there's how many people went to Lost Lands this year?
Over
1,000.
I think over 50,000 people attended Lost Lands this year. I'm used to seeing this. I'm used to seeing this onslaught of people. He was at EDC this year, which is another huge EDM festival. Things like this. So we're used to seeing an onslaught of people coming throughout the day. It's just that the type of crowd is used to they're more into different type of drugs than the drugs that these people are on. Happy drugs. People on shrooms. You're gonna go over there. You're gonna be like, okay, hi, buddy. Yeah. Compared to everyone wants to go see an artist. People are going there for the clout. People are going there because it's Travis Scott, not for the experience.
Right.
And I think that was one of the biggest things that was a problem with it.
Okay.
You see, at Lost Lands, you're just around a bunch of hippies.
Yeah.
You're around 50,000?
There's
I think it's over 50,000.
Over 50,000 just hippies.
The EDM, it's just because
a rap festival is completely different.
Right.
Look at it
don't necessarily say that.
No. It's I look at it okay, the rage is different between both of the communities. Okay, in the EDM scene, all right, when you're raging, you're going hard. Yes, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Yes, we're going hard. Yes, you might come out with a couple bruises. You might come out bleeding. But at the end of the day, when someone's on the ground, if you see a person on the floor, or someone just tripping balls, or you see someone not feeling good because they're probably just too fucked up. Okay. There's going to be people over there to pick up that person or take care of that person, whether it's their friends or whether it's a random ass fucking person. Okay, during the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival, you don't see none of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's all selfish played at that point. No one's worried about
going there for the clout and people going there for the experience. Not too many people are going there for the experience.
It's really more of a selfish mindset when you're going to Astroworld than when you're going to Lost Lands or EDC and everything. Because at the end of the day, everyone. Yes, I'm not going to sit here and lie. The first festival, when you're at a festival at an EDM festival, it's kind of, the first day it's kind of a little bit iffy because everyone's fuck, okay, festival, you gotta get yourself situated for the whole situation, because you already know how it's going to be. And then when it gets to the second or third day, everyone's loosened up and everyone's just vibing really hard as fuck. And you can make friends with maybe about like 20, 30 different fucking people. And at the end of the day, you might not remember them, but you're going to have the most greatest time with these fucking people.
Right.
Like you've never had before. Right. And you've only known these people for about 5-10 seconds. But at the end of the day, you're going to sit there and look at these people like, you know what? I fucking love you.
Right.
I love you.
Yeah.
At Astroworld, I was looking at it like if I'm walking through that crowd, I was probably going to punch or fight multiple people to get the hell out of my way.
It sounds like a major...
our close friend was over there and he was telling me like, dude, like I carried a girl out of the crowd and I was literally about to fight multiple people because people would not get out of my way, and I was like, I'm happy I wasn't there, because if I was there, I would have got the situation would have popped off, because when people do not want to get out of my way, that's when I'm like, dude, especially when like someone's not feeling good or when you need someone out. I'm sorry. It goes that way.
Yo, you're good. So it sounds like a major part of the whole issue was there's too many young people in the crowd, because I've been to music festivals too, and I've never had anything or heard of anything like that happening. So it sounds like I've seen what you've seen, which is like if someone's like sick or someone's like not, they'll help them even if they don't know them. So it sounds like that was a major problem. So at the end of the night, Travis Scott comes on stage, and what was I know you were backstage, but like, did you hear anything happen? Did you know anything happened, or did you not know anything until like afterwards? And you're like, I knew it was crazy, but I didn't know that anyone was down.
Okay, so like as far as that, as soon as he came out stage, you could see it literally. That's what I'm saying. The waves of people, everyone pushed closer to the stage. Yeah, it's like as soon as he came up, you can see people running up, getting closer, trying to get the cameras out, record him. And as far as like, you can see ambulance going in and out. Like I said, at some points he did stop the show and tell people like, go get them, do this, like chill out. Like he tried to contain that at some point. And like I said, you can see the ambulance, but you didn't know the magnitude of what happened until after the show. Okay. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. That's like if you wasn't necessarily around the people that were doing this, you wasn't close enough to hear the screams of people telling you to stop. Yeah. You were having a good time. I had friends that I had there. I had people that was working as vendors. I had people other around that built the stages, and they thought nothing of it. They was like, oh, I got to see this and I got to do this. I had a good time. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until you heard the news stories and you heard all the different testimonies of people that this is what happened within it.
Backlash.
Yeah, exactly. So you're thinking back on it.
It sounds like it would have been easy for Travis not to have known what was going on, especially from on stage.
Yeah, exactly. So like I don't know if too many people have been on stage during a performance, like a rap show or any type of show where there's a lot of lights and there's a lot of cameras going at you. Mm-hmm. But I also manage an artist, TM Florida, go and look him up and whatnot. But I also manage artists. We have shows where there's like cameras and there's lights, stage lights, and also like camera lights pointing at you. Yeah, it's hard to see everyone and everything in the crowd. That. Yeah, especially at nighttime, especially at dark. Like they said, he had fire, he had pyrotechnics as well. Yeah, fireworks in the background. It's like it's hard to see.
Well, I understand that from that perspective. He probably didn't know at the time, but the plan to be he definitely knew that about the younger crowd, about the people rushing the fence. So maybe at the time he probably didn't know about like the severity of the situation. But if knowing the things before, I wish. Like, again, it's not on Travis Scott, but the people there would have been like, hey, this is a little bit more of a dangerous situation than we're used to. You know, the crowd's younger. Definitely. They seem way more amped. There's way more than we expected, you know. So from that point of perspective, I see it's not Travis. I see that, you know, it's a real sad thing that it's everybody. It's HPD's fault. It's
definitely. I definitely feel like it could be handled different. I definitely feel like I said, condolences to the people that were lost in the situation. Right. It definitely could have been handled different, but I feel like the blame should be put. I mean, the blame shouldn't be put on anybody. Everyone had a part in where they could have did something different, and the outcome would have been different.
It's on the city of Houston.
As far as the people, Travis, Live Nation, HPD, NRG, like everyone could have did something different and prevented what happened.
You know, one of the bad things, you know, I'm from Houston, born and raised, and I love Houston, and you know, I feel like Astroworld was one of the things that represented us, you know, because Travis Scott's obviously a big celebrity, and it was a big festival, and it really just like kind of put a black eye on the city of Houston in general. And it's like, oh man, it just just made us look bad. That it was a dope festival and everyone enjoyed it, and then it just turned it, and now will be known forever as something negative.
Yeah,
like Woodstock.
And he's trying to create a more permanent thing,
right?
And that definitely like put a halt to it.
Right.
So I don't think there'll be another Astroworld anytime. So I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but like I hope like if there is one, the more precautions are taken. So like
there's gonna be an Astroworld.
Just not a repeat.
We'll see.
You think so?
We'll see.
I don't know.
You think there'll be an Astroworld?
There's definitely.
I don't know. I don't know.
I believe it.
All right.
I don't know.
10 people died, bro.
Did y'all ever go to
I
the real
understand. I
Astroworld?
understand that. I understand 10 people died, but
Yes.
I believe
Wait. Are you old enough for Astroworld?
Yeah.
I went to the real Astroworld.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, my grandpa got us season passes when I was really, really, really young.
Yeah, I used to go when I was a
Wait.
kid.
Astroworld got destroyed when, in 2001?
I don't know when it did.
No, not 2001,
No.
like 2003. 2003,
When
2004.
were you born?
2001. But I went to Astroworld.
You were not 3 years old going to Astroworld.
Yeah.
You weren't riding
No, my
rides.
grandpa-
You were in your mama's
didn't
hand.
experience-
You were in
I
your
was
mama's
riding-
hand while your dad was riding
No,
rides.
that's
That's
cap.
what
I
you
was
doing.
riding. I was riding the airplane rides where you sit on you lay on your stomach, and I was riding them hoes. No way.
Well, we're getting towards the end, so I just wanted to ask you guys, what do you think should happen to Travis Scott? So this is gonna be the last thing. We're winding down. It's been an hour already. So what do you want to happen to Travis Scott? What do you want to happen to Astroworld?
I just feel like he just needs to take care of the families.
Okay.
The families and anyone that's actually seriously hurt. Now, if there's anyone out here who's just trying to make them fucking, I'm sorry for my words and stuff and everything, but if anyone's just trying to out here like make money off of him because like, oh, they were at the festival, then you need to get yourself together. All right. But the people who are actually affected by this festival and by the whole event, yes, Travis Scott needs to take responsibility and take care of those people, which I'm 100% that he is. But everyone else that are sitting here and trying to like proclaim that they've like, oh, I got hurt in this and that and this and that. No, you need to stop. You need to stop it because you're making our city look bad. And at the end of the day, it's on the city of Houston. Yeah. Everyone was involved and is in like who's at fault for the whole event and situation. Okay, the people who were showing up to the event could have done better. Travis Scott could have done better. The police, everybody could have done better.
I agree. What do you guys think should happen? What do you, especially you? What do you think should happen?
Man, Mo City forever. Because he's from Mo City, I gotta support him, like I said. But at the same time, I feel like I said, more precautions. It's possible to have it again, but more precautions has to be made. There's something that has to be done different, so like we don't have a repeat of what happened. And I mean, like it's a negative thing on him, but at the same time, I gotta support my guy from Missouri City.
All right.
I just think that Travis Scott has been one of my biggest idols throughout high school in the years that have came after high school, and I am honestly disappointed in the way that he reacted to the situation, and I think he could have done a lot better, and I think he still can do a lot better, and I have faith in him to do a lot better. But
all right,
taco time.
I'll leave that there.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on. It's been an hour. Can you believe that? It flew by, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I appreciate y'all coming on. We'll be checking it out. Thank you for checking it out Fresh Off the Dome. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Follow me on Instagram.